Now we will discuss about the next topic, quicksort. Quicksort is the another application of divide and conquer technique or divide and conquer approach. In last class we have discussed about the merge sort. In merge sort means in that we have taken the arrays, two arrays, and you can sort these two arrays and you can merge the array. Okay, now if we are taking the quicksort is also used for the sorting the elements in the array. So in that we are having the divide and conquer approach. So how to do this one? So in that we are having the array elements. The array elements are comes under the A of 0, A of 1, A of S minus 1, A of S, A of S plus 1, up to A of N minus 1. So that means in that we are taking the elements A0 to N minus 1. In divide and conquer approach, we are doing the process of divide the entire array into the two halves. After that again you can divide that sub array into the another array. But in quicksort we are having the different types of approach. So in that quicksort you must identify what is the splitting position of the array. In that you must identify the split position. So how to identify the split position? The split position is depending on the scanning of the array. Okay, suppose the split position is called as S. So this is the splitting position. So depending on the split position, you can divide the entire array into the two parts. So A of 0 to A of S minus 1. This is the part 1. And A of S plus 1 to A of N minus 1, this is the part 2. So that means in that the entire array is divided into the two parts depending on the split position. So in that this is the left part and this is the right part. Now you can apply the process of quicksort for the part 1. That means in that case you can identify what is the split position. And again you can divide these subarray into the another two subarrays. Like that, you can also apply the same process on the part 2. In that case also you can find out the split position. And in that you can take the two parts or two subarrays. So this process must be continued and you can use recursively for taking the process for sorting the elements. So how to do this position? The split position is identified by the pivot element. So that is identified by the pivot element. So what is comes in the pivot element? In that we are having the different techniques for choosing the pivot element. In that we are using the what is the first element of the array. That first element of the array is called the pivot element. After taking the pivot element, now compare the remaining array elements. If you want to compare these elements, in that case you are using the two techniques. That means in that you can scan the array. In that you can apply the scan the array. The first one is comes under the left to right scan. And second one is comes under the right to left scan. So if you want to divide this array, in that case you must apply these two scans. One from left to right and another from right to left. So this means in that we are taking the pivot element. So what is the first greatest element about the pivot? So up to find the greatest larger element of the pivot, you can scan from left to right. Now if you are going to the right to left means in that you can find out what is the smallest element of the pivot element. You can compare the pivot element into the remaining elements. So So in that you can scan these elements up to you can find out the smallest element of this array. That means the smallest element means that element must be smaller than the pivot element. In left to right scan means in that you can identify what is the element or first element greater than the pivot element. And right to left scan means in that you can find out the smallest element that is smaller than the pivot element. So in that we are having the two scans must be applied for the entire array. So if you want to do this one in that you are using the three process. Using the three processes you can find out the pivot element and you can sort the given array elements. Okay, in that we are having the three cases. The first case is if scanning indices I and j are not crossed. That means in that you are applying the two scans from left to right and right to left. The left to right is scanned using the variable I and right to left is comes under the variable j. If these two variables I and j are not crossed, that means I less than j, we simply exchange the a and aj and resume the scans by incrementing I and decrementing j respectively. So that means, so this is the array. In that we are having the pivot element. So in that we are finding the element greater than the p. And in j position we can find out the element that is smaller than the p. So in that you can find out the greater than pivot element and less than pivot element. So what are the positions you are having? You can identify the position values I and j values. If I less than j, then you can swap the a of I and a of j. So that is the first case. And second case, if you are scanning indices have crossed over, that means the I greater than j value. If I greater than j value, then we can extend the partition after extending the pivot value with the a of j. That means whenever you are having the case I greater than j, you can simply swap the pivot value with the a of j. So that is the second case. Now we can come to the third case. If the scanning indices stop while pointing to the same element, that means I value equal to j value. So in that if I equal to j, the value of the pointing must be equal to p. So that value must be equal to p. Thus we have the array partition with the split portion. So whenever I equal to j, then we can stop the process, that is the splitting portion. So these are the three cases we are having for scanning the elements. Okay, now we will discuss about the algorithm. Okay, now this is the algorithm for quicksort. So sort the subarray quicksort. That means in that we will identify the splitting portion. After that we are having the two subarrays. So within the subarray you can apply the quicksort process. A subarray of L of R of A of 0 to n minus 1. So within the array of 0 to n minus 1, you can take the subarray L to R. So this must be defined by its left and right indices of L and R, left and right part. The output is subarray of L of R in sorted order. So if you want to do this one, in that you can check the L is less than R. The left portion is less than right portion. Then you can identify this S, that is the parting portion. S represents the partition of A of L of R. Within the array, you can identify what is the splitting portion. After that, after splitting the position, next you can apply the quicksort of A of L to S minus 1. So what is the split portion we are having? The left part comes from the A of L to S minus 1 and the A of S plus 1 to R comes from the right portion. You can apply the quicksort for these two. So this process must be repeated until the array is completed. So now we will discuss about the what is the partition of the given array. So in that we are having the L of R. The partition is subarray by using its first element as a pivot element. If you want to identify the partition element, in that you can take the what is the first element of the array. That first element comes under the pivot element. So input comes under the subarray L of R of A of 0 to n minus 1 defined by the right indices L and R. So the output is a partition of A of L to R with split portion written as this function value. So what is the process of the splitting process? Initially you can take the first element of the array is the pivot element. The pivot element is represented by the letter P. So the P is assigned to the A of L. Next L is assigned to I and R is assigned to J. The I and J are the two variables for taking the scanning of the from left to right and right to left. You can repeat the process. Repeat I equal to I plus 1 until A of I greater than or equal to P. So in that you can identify the what is the first largest element of P. So in that you can repeat the process I equal to I plus 1. That means in that you can scan the each and every element. Is it larger than the pivot element? If it is not larger than, you can skip that element and you can go to the next element until you can find out the largest element. And next one is repeat j equal to j minus 1 until a of j less than or equal to p. In that you can identify the what is the smallest element of p. So in that also you can do the same process. You can take the first element and compare the p. If it is smallest you can stop, otherwise you can skip that element until you can find out the smallest element. After find out the I and j positions, in that you can swap the a of I and a of j. That means I is less than j until you can go to the I greater than or equal to j. After that swap a of I and a of j. So undo the last swap. So what is the last swap we are applying? This last swap must be taken. Otherwise you can swap the a of L comma a of j. That means if j is greater than I, then you can swap the pivot element with the a of j. So that is comes under the swap of a of L comma a of j. A of L means pivot element. You can swap the pivot element with the a of j element and you can return the j element. So this process must be applied for the partition the array. So this is the algorithm you can apply for the quick sort. Okay, now we will discuss about the example.